Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's controversial, fantastic Dino action. Whether you're watching this tonight, right now, joining it, catching up, or it's later in the morning because you've already passed out. It is later than I like to start, usually about half an hour, 45 minutes or so. But yeah, tonight is last night featuring that Storm the Festival list. Very, very fantastic. Of course, many great moments. Check it out if you haven't already. But it got me thinking, is there different ways to use Storm the Festival? Pay 6, look at the top 7 cards, I believe it is. You can choose 2 permanents with a mana value 5 or less, put them onto the battlefield. Of course, in that mixture, it could be maybe a Thunderherd Migration, a bunch of lands, nothing really that great. So you're stuck just maybe putting a land and something else out. You don't really need a land, I feel, by the time you get to Storm the Festival. But sometimes that is the only choice, sadly. Then you're paying 6 for not a whole lot. Sometimes it might be 2 lands that you grab, which is absolutely terrible. Of course, the chance of grabbing 2 lands with Storm the Festival is fairly low, but it's not nothing. Paying 6 is, well, it's not a fun time. So I wanted to remove that potential possibility whatsoever and also be left with a 7/7 getting to this Dinosaur cost 0. Etali Primal Conqueror. I've used this before a couple times. Not a lot. But it's basically Storm the Festival on a dino. So you get an extra additional body. You steal something from the opponent, you get something from yours, and then boom, you're left with that. Always consistent. Of course, Storm the Festival may not be consistent, but at least you always get this 2 other, nice things. And with cost reduction, that's where this 0 comes in. Etali Primal Conqueror reduced to 6, the same mana value as Storm the Festival. Storm the Festival gets 2 things for 6. This can get 2 things for 6, but you also get a 7/7 Trample. So that's where we get that 0. If you're gonna pay 6, might as well also get a 7/7 for free. Technically, if both things cost the same. Of course, Etali could be cast for 5, which, that just gets insane value there. And then on the following turn, it's kind of like a flashback. Well, transforming Etali for 10, possibly 9 if you pay 2 life with that Phyrexian mana there. But of course, usually I have enough sources of green to pay that. And, my all-time favorite, Castle Garenbrig. This tapping effectively for 2 green. 4 lands plus this, 6 green. Helps for Etali's ability there, transforming it into the lovely, stunning Etali Primal Sickness. It's a pretty sick card. Makes the opponent sick when I flip it because they know their time is numbered. Gets the job done. Yeah, it's a dino. Chances are I could get to attack with it the turn it enters. Maybe I steal Shieldred from Rakdos, whoever, whatever. It's going to be super duper satisfying. Of course, I could have kept this at 2 copies. Last night I did see Storm the Festival quite often, and it was only 2. Never really got enough mana for flashbacking it for 10. I think I only did that once, if I remember correctly, but this certainly can be a lot cheaper. Well, a little cheaper at 9 to get something impactful. You could transform it, and then later on you play a second copy, the first face of Etali, and you're sitting with 2 versions. You wouldn't have to sacrifice Etali Primal Sickness because that is actually a different creature, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, 2 copies. I could do 3. I just want to see the thing tonight as much as possible. If you see a second copy, well, that's not so bad. You just get 2 more things that are probably going to be good. We're trying the most controversial thing. Victor. The Dinosaur Storm the Festival. storm the Etali. I mean, it is kind of stormy there with that red lightning and stuff in the art. But yeah, this dino costs 0 if it costs 6, because it's like a Storm the Festival, 2 things. But you're paying 6, you're also getting a 7/7 trample. Thinking of it that way. This is my list, Victor, yes. Usually everything is my list. I try to mention as much as possible. If you guys have, given a suggestion and I take it for a spin, try to do as few changes as possible. But yeah, after the stream last night, I'm always thinking about dinos at work, before I go to bed, when I wake up, grind some few matches on my breaks. Maybe I get 1 or 2 in. Oh, it was definitely. It inspired me. If I had not tried Storm the Festival, I wouldn't be thinking of, hey, wait a second. Etali is Storm the Festival. You get 2 things. And you filter out the lands, like I was mentioning. Which you don't need the lands. If you have enough for Storm the Festival, chances are you probably don't want lands. But sometimes you'll grab them. And it's going to feel pretty bad. No. Definitely was great inspiration. I mean, I think this is a pretty straightforward comparison and reasoning. Even if you pay 7, Etali costs 1 in that sense. I think so. Seems pretty reasonable to draw that conclusion. But yeah, I say we jump into it. Karn Silex, of course. Hey, I keep liking this thing, and I want to keep using it. 4 copies for the thing that smokes everything, except Grixis Control when they don't really have much out on the battlefield. But I just can't escape this. If I get Ripjaw Raptor down, of course, lovely. Get to attack with it. Perhaps I play Karn Silex afterwards. Ripjaw keeps attacking. The opponent doesn't want to block Ripjaw, but they also don't want to keep taking damage. Either way, if I'm going to pop Karn Silex on that turn, when it starts, I just attack with this thing. Either way, I get value. I draw a card from someone blocking it, or I do more damage. Pop Karn Silex for 4, take out Shieldred, and everything pretty much any deck has started to do. How many lands? Oh, the lands, yes. Nothing crazy. My usual favorite 22, of course. 12 things for 2. My favorite 4th Underherd Migration. Could be a little light on that. I could add some more ramp, of course. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, was one I had considered. We'll look at her, because I think she is lovely to help get Etali Primal Conqueror. Keep that in mind, though. One of the best Chandras. Where is she? Right here, yes. I could maybe trim, some Tranix Rex, the Invasion of Ixalan, although that's going to help me grab a land, keep hitting the land drops. It's a permanent. Could be a indestructible thing if I, play something, and then I pop Karn Silex. That Belligerent Regisaur does have indestructible, so it's not destroyed with this, and likely the opponent doesn't have anything, so I still get to attack in with potentially a nice 4/3. But yeah, somewhere removing stuff, at least two of these, 3 of these I could see as well. Oh, battery's going down. I gotta plug it in. 1 second. Maybe I'll risk it. 10%. We'll see how it goes. But if the chat, if I don't reply to you, it's because my battery died. But yeah, she does everything. Ramp, removal, fantastic ultimates, a little bit of card advantage, which is lovely. Gwenna and Nykthos, yes. I do like Gwenna, I must say. I still kind of feel that Gwenna is the fantastic thing, especially to help cast a creature with power 5 or greater. Gwenna taps for 2 mana, but then she untaps if it's used, or whenever you do cast Shifting Ceratops, Etali, of course. But Gwen is definitely more susceptible to removal, sadly. That's why I don't have her in. But yeah, definitely Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, 1 copy. Yeah, that can help. Something I should definitely try. I'll tweak this list a little bit for sure. And oh, I almost forgot to mention. Get to the deck details using this. Oh, work on a T-Rex list. Okay. Definitely excited to see that. Nice collaborative dino process. But I did get this sleeve recently, so I'm playing Etali. I got to use this. Going to surprise the opponent. Maybe they have never even seen this sleeve. Share with your friends. I'm sharing dinos with you as the slogan on Etali. Primal Storm Cheerios. Shreddies. It looks like Shreddies. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, well, that's the plan. Tweak a little bit. Get a little bit more ramp. Maybe see Etali a little bit more consistently. We'll see how often it goes off, but I would expect that is going to happen. Current Silex is going to buy us some time, as it usually does. The sideboard, though, that's the interesting stuff. Back to nature, of course. Smoke, 5-color fires, enigmatic incarnation, make them cry, as it usually does. Brotherhood's End, well, deal with artifacts, aggro, potentially, although Current Silex is pretty nice. It is a catch-all for that sort of stuff, but if I want to pack an extra punch, or if I want to switch out Current Silex completely, if there are tons of aggro, I want something that can happen right away. Brotherhood's End, of course, meets that requirement quite fantastically. Lantern of the Lost, I want to keep trying this. Against Greasefang, Dimir Rogues, exile all the graveyards. We have nothing. We turn off the rogue stuff. Helps out in a few matchups there. Clothis as well. Oh, Sir Maximilian, how's it going? Yes, here we go again. Yeah, it has been a long time. You joined at a very exciting night. They're all exciting, and I always love doing this, but yes, more graveyard hate with the Clothis. 2 of tonight. I forget who mentioned it last night. Or maybe it was in the Discord. Definitely join the Discord if you guys haven't already, but hey, she does the thing. Indestructible, so if it is a creature, well, we don't lose it to Current Silex, if that's still in there. Finishing it off. Carnage Tyrant. I had this at 4 copies, but if I face Control or something that doesn't have many non-land permanents, I'll probably just take out most or all of the Current Silex, bring in the Carnage Tyrant, and pretty much call it a day. The Fight Rigging card, yes, I've wondered about that. Absolutely. Tacos and Dinos. Oh. Man, that sounds good. I want tacos now. But yeah, Fight Rigging, especially. We can look at Fight Rigging for one quick second. We'll jump into the matches briefly here. I have to do it at some point. It will happen. Fight Rigging, though. 2 into green, Hideaway 5, look at the top 5, exile 1, put the rest on the bottom. You get to play it eventually if you control a creature with power 7 or greater at the beginning of combat. You can play it, yeah. You put a counter on a creature. It might take a few turns to get something to 7 power. However, keep in mind, there is a dino that gets buffed temporarily. You can have this out. Oh, it's rough. Marauding Raptor. This turn 2, yeah, that's alright. Fight Rigging, boom. Turn 3, you put a counter on this, it's still 3 power. The following turn, you have 4 mana, you go Regis or Alpha. Marauding Raptor pings twice, it's sitting at 7 power right there. You don't even have to put a second counter on it, but just the temporary boost. This could be the way to get to 7 power quite a bit quicker, especially with Regis, or you just play any 2 dinos. Raptor Hatchling, of course. That's something to consider. But yeah, just lots of big, powerful creatures. I might have something with 7 power out already. One of these bigger things. Yeah, I just haven't got around to trying it quite yet. Save the changes? Yeah. What changes did I make? Nothing, I think. Huh. Oh, yes. I was completing a quest last night. Got my blue-white. Play 30 or 45 white or blue spells. Definitely helps out. Big time. I think I played 20, 25 in one game, which was pretty fantastic. That might be my all-time record. I've never done the 750 gold quest for playing certain colors in one single game, but yeah, gotten close. Oh boy, let's see Etali. I think we're basically guaranteed to at least see Etali Primal Conqueror a few times tonight. I would be pretty sad if we didn't. Yeah. I can work with that. I mean, it's yeah, a little bit awkward. Nothing big. No real bodies. Rakdos, turn 1 Thoughtseize. Hey. Non-creature, non-land. So they get rid of Karn Silex, unfortunately. We do get Huntmaster eventually. Rockfall Vale has to be the first land. Get our source of red for turn 2. Of course, having a forest is very nice. Maybe losing this to Fatal Push, I would imagine. We do have 5 lands now, drawing that second forest, so we get to Regisaur Alpha eventually. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Croaksa. Gonna make us croak. Get rid of Castle Garenbrig? I think we'll get rid of Castle Garenbrig. I think there's a good chance we'll draw some more lands. Hopefully no more Thoughtseizes. Oh my goodness. This is pain. Big pain. Shouldn't have discarded that land. Oh yeah. Hopefully they go with another Duress or Thoughtseize. Oh boy. Oh, a Karn Silex to boot. That's why I like using 4 copies. Make them cry. Anything they play, we just kill. Next turn. If they want to play something. They may not want to because we'll blow it up. Yeah. Shieldred. Don't really care much about that. Of course, we pop Karn Silex here. Boom. For 4. Play Ripjaw next turn. Hopefully, they don't have another Shieldred. We're getting close to Etali Primal Conqueror. I thought I jinxed myself. I should have known. Yeah, painful start. It's pretty hard not to be painful when it's all of that. Ooh, Croaksa escaping. That might do it for us this game, at least. What are we gonna get? Shifting Ceratops. It does threaten Shieldred at least a little bit. It's not nothing. See what we get next turn at least, but it definitely should be over, I would imagine. Yeah, they keep getting land, so that's not nothing. I imagine Shieldred is just gonna stay behind, stick around. Tyrannosaurus Rex is not gonna do it. One more turn. Of course, I have a card in hand, so if Croaksa did attack, I would have something to discard. I wouldn't have to take 3. If I discarded a land or nothing, you take 3 damage when it attacks, and it's painful stuff. Ooh, well, I do get Tyrannosaurus Rex if I wanted to take 2, but I don't want to take 2. Having that Stomping Ground untapped, definitely done for. Yeah, well, Clothis. I like Clothis. Get rid of Croaksa. Pretty much. Ripjaw Raptor. Yeah, could be okay. But still, I like the Karn Silex. Ripjaw could be a liability, I guess. They could fairly easily kill it. And I may not want to draw cards because Shieldred, well, might make us lose life, unfortunately. 2 Carnage Tyrants. Alright. It was pretty cool taking her out, though, I must say. Oh, beautiful. Instant. If they have a Thoughtseize, I think we'll still get Thunderherd Migration off. Hopefully, they don't get rid of Marauding Raptor. Oh, phew. This is going to go downhill real quick. Big time. I do have 2 sources of red with that Carplucent Forest, so we'll keep the sources of green nice and healthy, just in case for Shifting Ceratops, Ripjaw Raptor, all that stuff. Kroxa? Blood Tithe Harvester? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Stick with the ramp plan. The other Thunderherd. Marauding Raptor. Nothing fancy. Makes sense. And this song is pretty intense. Kind of works. Yeah. I figured something would happen to someone. Do Kroxa, you know you wanna. Oh boy, I was hoping for another one. We get Karn Silex and we get Clothis. Oh, that is good stuff. That is good stuff. If I could exile a land, I would get to 7 temporarily for Etali. So I hope they don't make us discard or we draw land. Let's go. Do it. Yeah. I guess Fatal Push might as well. Keep their graveyard low-ish. Well, at least they don't have anything that makes us discard. They would have, excuse me, done it already. Play that Bone Crusher. Oh, they're looking at stuff. Well, that's not too bad either. Can use Karn Silex, pop it at the very least next turn. Land, you can do it. Ooh, that's well, that's no fun. Yeah. We get rid of some stuff. Not so bad. We use the blood token, of course, if they have something in their hand they want to discard. Alright, well, we'll get to that 7th land, 7th mana, eventually. Castle Garenbrig would be quite lovely. Really fantastic, actually. Ooh, still missing it. Oh, there it is. There it is, folks. We got her. Boom. Oh boy, here the first dice roll is coming up. A Shifting and a Misery Shadow. I like that. I like that indeed. Woo. Pretty good. Now that's a Storm the Festival if I've ever seen one. Yeah, you better get rid of the second one. Don't want that to happen. Oh boy. Yeah. That's a lot of damage next turn, though. Oh, and Carnage Tyrant to boot. And they got some more lands. I like it. Not that I need the lands, but I guess I could have exiled something else. Yeah. Regisaur Alpha. Let's go. Get that Devotion for Clothis and smoke them. Maximum aggression. Off to the races. Took quite a few turns for Etali there, but hey, that is good. 2 extra damage on here. I'd imagine that's enough to do it. I don't see them getting out of this situation next turn. Klothys herself would finish them off if they don't gain any life. Pretty sweet. Dead. Oh. Okay. The thing happened. Eventually. Klothys, though, I must say, that's the all-star. I want to keep trying that. It's nice that she showed up right at the beginning of the stream in fantastic fashion. Do I want some more graveyard exiling stuff? Well, maybe. Maybe. Now, I'll keep it like that. I was thinking of trimming Tranix Rex for Ripjaw, but I still want those big heavy hitters. I think we'll get there. Oh, that could be good. Of course, it is nice to see Castle Garenbrig. Might be a little bit iffy going from Marauding to Regisaur Alpha, but I think certainly could be worse. Yeah, definitely a touch more ramp, I think, is probably going to do wonders. No turn 1 Thoughtseize is a very positive, exciting thing. Blood Tithe Harvester, yeah. They're tapped out, so at least Marauding Raptor will survive until it comes around to their turn. Hopefully it still sticks around and I get to go shifting Ceratops. Maybe it's just Fable this turn or something. Yeah. 4 lands though, eventually getting to shifting Ceratops. Sun-Herd Migration, also quite nice. I'm going to pretend like I don't have anything. I'm going to grab a mountain just so I have that second source of red. In case I need it for Etali eventually. And remember, I do get to turn that source of red into green with Castle Garenbrig's ability. If the mountain is used for Castle Garenbrig's cost, paying that there. We get Tranix Rex next turn. Oh, that is very good indeed. Perhaps drawing out another Fatal Push on this token, but I'm going to try not attacking with it. I still get a thing. I think Tranix Rex is going to be pretty scary indeed itself. Oh. I think one Blood Tithe Harvester is going to sacrifice itself, I feel. Maybe. Or they're just going to draw and hope to get removal for it. Ah, interesting. Well, they didn't do anything, and now I get to do this. I think pretty scared right there. That's for sure. I don't think they can kill us next turn. We at least take out one creature. Maybe they do have Shieldred's Edict, making us sacrifice Tranix Rex, but still, that's pretty good. We've got Regisaur Alpha. We have the mana for Etali if and when we draw it. Yeah, they paid a lot. Well, it's not too bad. Imagine they'd spend that. Oh, no, I don't have enough. Let me do the math here. 8. I need one more. Regisaur is 5. Shifting is 4. Total of 9. But yeah, I can only make 8 right now this turn. They're probably waiting to spend 2 for Reckoner Bankbuster or kill a creature here. Hopefully that's not the case. Okay. Oh boy, Etali, anytime. Let's get it. If Regisaur's still sticking around, we get to attack with Etali that turn in pretty fantastic fashion. Got to be coming up almost a quarter of the way through and haven't seen one yet. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ah, flooded, unfortunately. That Reckoner Bankbuster, I imagine, would trade with shifting Ceratops. Token could get through to deal 3 damage. If Graveyard Trespasser is the thing that crews the Bankbuster. 4 damage next turn from Den of the Bugbear. Let's do it. Let's take out that Reckoner Bankbuster, potentially. I think Reckoner Bankbuster would want to trade with Shifting. Pretty sure. Okay, good. We still get a point of damage through with Trample, so it's not all lost. And they get to do its thing, of course, and it's still a creature. Ah, they're going to kill something. They're going to kill it. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Where's that Karn Silex when you need it? Could they kill us this turn? Potentially. That's definitely within the realm of possibility. Shieldridge, the Den of the Bugbear, that's 4. Graveyard Trespasser, 4. 8. Oh yeah, that would be it. That pilot gonna crew Reckoner Bankbuster, sadly. Yeah. Just drew all lands. Technically would have hoped to see one of the 4 Etalis when you get through a quarter of the deck, but that is not always the case. Nothing different we can really do in those situations. Yeah. Alright. Saw it go off at least once. That was pretty cool, and we're going to see it some more. That's for sure. That's the wrong button. I was pressing to reconnect. Okay. Went a little bit wacky there. Tried to reopen Arena twice. Let me see if it's still working properly. Yeah, I just clicked on the icon on my taskbar. The one right beside it is the one for the stream, just to check the health of everything. Hopefully it rejoins properly. It should. Okay. We're good. All right. Yeah. Definitely 22 lands often enough. It feels like it gets the job done. Of course, it took quite a few turns to get Etali there, but yeah. It has felt like the right mix. Lots of cost reducers, ramping. Graveyard Slim. Zombies, maybe. Something black related, I would think. Mono black, Waste Not, discard. Of course, that's very painful, and, well, a hand like this is pretty painful. That's not great either. At least if it was a source of red, I might give it a go with Huntmaster, but hey, we got to something. Send the 2 costliest things to the bottom. That's alright. Oh. Hey, Thoughtseize is good. Of course, it's even more painful if we've mulliganed a bunch and then they go with Thoughtseize and make it even worse. But if I do pull this out, and I pull off a win, that'd be extra satisfying. Okay, more lands. That's pretty good. Of course, it is nice when they get rid of Karn Silex. It reinforces the fact that this thing is nice to have in. It scares most people away. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep it. Keep using it. Yeah, your guys' guess is as good as mine. Mono black control? Something? Midrange? Liliana, well, that's rough. Hopefully getting a second source of red next turn so I can go Huntmaster and Marauding all in one. Not quite, not quite. Imagine Huntmaster will die probably to Fatal Push. I'd be surprised if that was the case. Now, I'm going to get rid of Marauding. They can make us sacrifice Marauding. They can make us discard Marauding with Thoughtseize. They might think, oh, they're saving something that is better than Marauding, but it is a land. And that discard spell won't be doing a whole lot if that's what they try. It says more land. It's I mean, it's not nothing. Hopefully we get an actual creature at some point. Something with a little bit of teeth on it. Marauding Raptor, of course, has lots of teeth, but a bigger body would be nice. Okay, well, that's how it goes. See what we draw next turn. I'm not coming back from that. The Graveyard Glutton, unfortunately, potentially dealing 6 a turn with its ability, exiling 2 cards, and I think if it's non-land cards, we lose a life. I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but Mono Black, well, they got rid of Karn Silex pretty quick. I want to keep that in. Maybe trim it down a copy. And I could just regularly keep it at 3 copies. There's still a very good chance to see it in most games, I would imagine. Do I like Clothis? Well, perhaps. Ripjaw can be pretty nice against some of their creatures, especially the Graveyard Glutton, I must say. A 4/4 lines up pretty nicely with Ripjaw's 4/5 body. Very fantastic. Brotherhood's End? Well, possibly. Could sweep bunch of stuff, but for the most part they just have lots of painful things. One Clothis at least. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Well, the opening hands probably can't be much worse, I would imagine. Hopefully not seeing double Castle Garenbrick. That doesn't happen. 3 Regisaur Alphas. Oof, rough stuff. Sometimes I've made that work, but this definitely not. Oh, it's like the first hand in the first game, where it's double Huntmaster, Snowlands. Very unfortunate. Ooh, okay, well, yeah, I'm not even. It was a quick match. No point in really playing that out, I think. Yeah. Really should be seeing at least 2, but of course, that is the beauty of this game. Variance, that's going to happen. Doesn't matter how many lands you have. It can be a hard pill to swallow, but of course, it's not something I'm unfamiliar with. Another Rakdos. It'd be interesting if tonight was all Rakdos, mono black, or at least partially black stuff. Hey, look at that. It only took going to an entirely different match and we got a good thing. Beautiful stuff. Oh, very, very exciting actually. Nice again to see that single copy of Invasion of Ixalan, and I still am meaning to try out a full play set of this, just to get an even better feel. It's hard. I got a backlog of a lot of stuff that I want to try and put through the paces as much as possible. Oh, I'm liking it. Yorion Sky Nomad. Maybe something control related. Yorion Doom Foretold. Esper Yorion Doom Foretold. So we're going to need enchantment removal, I would imagine. Definitely go with Thunderherd Migration. They could have Trial of whatchamacallit. One on the black, when it enters the battlefield, we have to sacrifice a creature. We would have had to sacrifice Huntmaster. Just get Thunderherd Migration. We get ahead in a stable way forever. Forever and ever. Definitely Invasion though. Let's get that 5th land for next turn and still play Huntmaster. Do I want Sheltered Thicket? No. I want to have 5 mana next turn untapped, which would mean Regisaur Alpha. Possibly it's going to mean we flip Invasion Vexland. Dealing with a Fatal Push, potentially. March for the Worldly Light. Okay. But maybe as some sort of enchantment mixture. We're seeing red as well. Oh, okay. This definitely is 5-color hodgepodge. Interesting. We'll try and get this Invasion of Ixalan worked down. At least they don't have a Fatal Push. Everything happened instantly there. It didn't pause whatsoever. They don't have anything, at least for instant speed, that I could have done with a Rafine's Tower or the Blood Crypt. Okay, so it is enchantments. Alright, we're packing back to nature, so that's gonna send them back to somewhere. The Stone Age, huh? Oh, they're dead. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. But because it is enchantments, Karn Silex, we can get rid of that. They don't have a lot of... Well, they do have permanents, the enchantments. But back to nature is... What is... 1 Karn Silex. Just to have 4 total things that will decimate pretty much everything they've done. Or are trying to do. But enchantments. Carnage Tyrant. I like Carnage Tyrant. Yes, indeed. Klothys. Of course, Klothys could be very nice. They do have Triome lands, cycling those, so there could be a good chance that lands are in the graveyard, and we might actually get to ramp with her as well. Maybe. We'll trim one more thing though. Yeah, Ripjaw Raptor, I guess. No. All the Ripjaw Raptors. 1 Klothys. I was scratching my head. I'm wondering why I'm at 63. Couldn't figure it out. Usually I start off with Carnage Tyrant, so that's what kind of got me caught up for a second. But yes, I had brought in 3 Carnage Tyrants. And oh, that's well, there we go. Okay, you can see how different it is from match to match. That is an instant, immediate keep. Oh, and Marauding was... We're looking good here. Of course, Castle Garenbrig helping to maybe power out Tyrannix Rex a couple turns sooner. Maybe they have something that makes me sacrifice Marauding. We'll see if it is that Trial of Cruelty or something. I think it will be. Restoration of Aganjo. That's not a problem because it is an enchantment, which I'd love to see. Sadly, it is Huntmaster. I'm not going to use Back to Nature quite yet. I could use it now to stop the second lore counter, the second level, whatever you want to call it. They can discard a card. When they do, they return a permanent with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tap. So they'd discard an enchantment and basically get it for free. Pretty much. They would get an enchantment with a mana value of 2 for free, so let's do that. They'll get it out, maybe make a sacrifice Marauding, and well, that won't be so bad. Probably play some more enchantments as well, and then we'll really get rid of stuff. Trial of Cruelty. Maybe. Oh, they don't do anything. Interesting. Huh. That's alright. Less enchantments to deal with and less reasons to use Back to Nature. I'm still not going to do it this turn. Oh, that's good. That's good. More lands. Beautiful. Keep attacking with Marauding. Well, see what we draw out. Of course, we can't play anything. Well, we can play one thing. Oh, Leyline Binding. Geez, I really wish I had something that I could use to take it out. Of course, I'll wait till the following turn. They might be playing Fires of Invention, followed by Enigmatic Incarnation. Enigmatic Incarnation would destroy Leyline Binding, and then they would get a creature with a mana value of 7. But of course, we are going to put a immediate stop to that. They likely don't have any counter spells, so Back to Nature should go off, and even if they did, I've got 2 in my hand. That's going to make them cry. Like concede on the spot. That's okay. Exile a bunch of cards. Meh. We'll get them. Definitely get that Marauding Raptor this turn. Possibly Tranix Rex coming up, which is... Oh, we've got T-Rex. That's where it's at, folks. Get him. Smoked. They have to pretty much take us out with a sweeper next turn. They could have that, sadly, but then Carnage Tyrant is still waiting in the wings. Everything they were wanting to do has pretty much ground to a halt. That's how you do it. Leyline Binding for 1 to exile Tranix Rex. They're still dead because they are at 2. Eventually. Once they figure out... Yes, everything they wanted to do, Pterosaurus, went back to nature. They're going to take this deck back to the drawing board because they experienced something so absolutely painful. Raw nature. Nature finds a way. Of course, life finds a way, but nature finds a way. As dinos find a way to get the job done. Not every time, of course, but yeah. Doesn't matter what you play, sometimes you lose. Doesn't matter if it's the best, most represented deck in any particular format. Perfect, Matthias. Yes, absolutely. I would think so, Victor. Yes, definitely. I like seeing Tranix Rex, Carnage Tyrant, all the big stuff. I think it certainly is more my play style. But of course, I do love those aggro variations. Rampaging Raptor, lots of dinos at 4 to storm the festival. A much lower curve, certainly. Get a lot more bodies out and play Etali for the flavor win, perhaps. I just want to see what we get if they don't concede on the spot. I think they've gone AFK, unfortunately. Yeah, I just can't get around my love for Carnage Tyrant, and now Tranix Rex definitely having 2 big, hard to deal with dinos. Carnage Tyrant was nice, but I'd use 4 copies. I wouldn't see it in a lot of games. I'd go back-to-back matches or multiple matches not seeing a single copy. So with Tranix Rex, I get to see the kind of dinos I love the most more often. Dinosaur. Oh, I've got something for souring dispositions. Boom. The lemons. Oh, we get our own Enigmatic Incarnation. Cool. We're playing 5-color Fires of Invention Dinosaur Enchantments. That's next level stuff. Oh. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, fan of speed. Yeah. Whatever it is, as long as you're enjoying it, as long as it does well enough for each individual. Of course, I would always like to be in Mythic, doing the best thing, and perhaps the aggro list is just the more right way to do dinos, and it will help me get into Mythic more consistently, at least. Of course, Diamond is more competitive, better than Mythic, unless you do get into the high numbers. Of course, last night facing off against number 204 was pretty crazy, but of course the ranking system on Arena is not good. Yeah. Minus 24 is very nice. You could get to Mythic 204 in Alchemy Best of 1, then it's like your Mythic 204 in Explorer Best of 3, which makes 0 sense. It is nonsense, at least in my mind. Everything should be separate. Maybe Best of 1 should just stay unranked, so Best of 3 is the ranked way. Okay, hey, no. It took me a while to figure out, and I didn't make the realization of Castle Garenbrig, which I must say, if you're going to try out something with Carnage Tyrant or T-Rex, use that Castle Garenbrig. You can thank me later. You get 1 turn ahead, it taps for 2 green effectively, and you get ahead in a stable way. Speaking of Castle Garenbrig, this hand though, I could try it. I would definitely try it if I knew I would have 2 untapped on turn 2. No. Okay, that is definitely better. Again, send the most expensive thing to the bottom, and, well, we should be getting a Thunderherd off. Excuse me, at least. Alright. Another Rakdos Midrange. We got Karn Silex to bring the heat and the pain, and Blood Tithe Harvester, rough-ish. At least we will be at 4 on turn 3, so we can get going with this Ripjaw Raptor. I'll plan to play that again just because I'm at 4, so I can't attack with Shifting Ceratops anyways. I would need a total of 5 mana, so that does it. And of course, Ripjaw is 5 toughness. It does survive the potential -4/-4. No. Let's do another land. Let's get there. We'll be at 6 green. Potentially, we might get to Etali Primal Conqueror a little bit easier. We'll be in range for Regis or Alpha. Maybe they have removal. They were waiting to use it on the thing I played, and then I just didn't play it. Of course, we're down to 12, which is not so fun. Oof. Interesting. Yeah, Regis or Alpha. It is a mana value of 5, so it does dodge Fatal Push. We'll see if they use that Fatal Push on the token. But at least I think Regis or Alpha should probably stick around, hopefully. They would need to do 2 things to take out both things. There's that Fatal Push. Get another land next turn. We get Etali. If Regis or Alpha is still sticking around, that's going to be pretty painful. Hopefully it's not another... Oh, okay. That's all right. Do I want to trade with Reckoner Bankbuster? I don't think I do. No. I'll take it and cross my fingers. Oh boy, where's that land? Ugh. That's not a land. Well, that's okay. Shifting Ceratops at least threatens Shieldred a little bit, unless we're just dead next turn. They got some good bodies. We'll hope. Cross the fingers. Definitely have to block pretty much everything. That should do it. Shieldred won't attack though. That's for sure. Oh, they got another fatal push, I think. Hopefully not. Oh, they do. Hey, that's how it goes. Fatal push, of course. They met the requirement of a permanent leaving the battlefield on their side, and yeah, 1 black to destroy shifting is well, it's painful stuff. I'm getting rid of Ripjaw though. Bringing Carnage Charge, Glothus. Yeah. Okay. Karn Silex in that situation, I think, would have been pretty lovely stuff. Getting that down, you know, maybe turn 3, turn 4, sweep them in pretty fantastic fashion. Attack with whatever bodies are definitely going to die if I'm going to pop Karn Silex that turn, and yeah, hopefully get a bit of value that way. This though, yeah, that's not going to do it. That will. I like it very much. Send that T-Rex to the bottom. Hopefully we get Thunderherd to go off. Perhaps they get rid of Huntmaster with the Thoughtseize that may be coming up, and leave the Thunderherd migration, and they goof up that way, because definitely I would think Thunderherd is usually always better to grab. Stop us from getting a basic land, getting ahead by 1 in the best way possible. Karn Silex next turn, might as well. Huntmaster, of course, probably going to die to whatever thing they have, and Shelter Thicket to boot. Hey, we're paying 3, so the 4th land might as well be the thing that enters tapped. Hopefully no Abrade. Good. I'm often afraid of Abrade. Destroying an artifact or 3 damage to a creature. I almost thought I had 6 there, but no. Regisaur Alpha. Get the job done. Now I just get to have fun being aggressive. They see Karn Silex, so they don't want to play stuff, but they have to play stuff because they have bodies. So again, really makes them think, what can I do? If they play Shieldred this turn, I pop Karn Silex, destroy everything, but I'm left with Regisaur because it does have a mana value of 5. Well, it doesn't have anything now because it's sacrificed, sadly. Okay. I say we pop it for 3, play Huntmaster. Actually, we attack with the token, of course. That is the way to go about it. Double Huntmaster. Maybe. You know what? I like that instead. Get rid of Fable, the token, the treasure. Stops them from getting 2 treasures next turn. Lots of stuff. Yeah, Fatal Push. It's pretty good. I've seen it once or twice before. Play that thing. Watch her die. Hopefully they don't have a Fatal Push for Huntmaster here. At the very least, it could block Shieldred so we don't take a ton of damage next turn. Phew. Well, hey, attack with the thing that's gonna die. And hope they don't have a second copy in hand. Oh, Invasion of Ixalan. Very, very nice indeed. Of course, I think Invasion is much better here. Although we would lose Invasion when we pop Karn Silex for 4, so that's also gotta do it. Hmm. Croak says painful though. Quite painful. I'll stick with Invasion of Ixalan just because it could be a creature eventually. It would get us to land, but not right. Not really coming together. Well, Karn Silex could buy us a bit of time, but Den of the Bugbear would pretty much finish us off next turn, unfortunately. Maybe. Invasion of Ixalan. We'll see what we get. Can't win them all. Sometimes just doesn't really come together, but a lot of Rakdos, I must say. It's been quite a few days since I've faced so much back to back. Of course, that's how it can go. Days can be wildly different. You could face no Rakdos in a day, and then you just face a bunch. You never know what you're going to get. But still, I'm not taking out Karn Silex yet. Even if there's one or two bad nights, I've got enough time. I only play the one thing, Dino, so I'm going to keep playing it over and over and over and over again. Get the best feel possible. As many games and matches as I can stomach, of course. That's a lovely hand, too. More like Rakdos Pterosaurus. Yes, yes. Well, it's not Rakdos. Looking like Grixis. Oh, I think I know what this is. The Grixis, the thing. The Dross. Whatchamacallit? Metamorphic Alteration. It's an instant win. Well, not instant win combo, but, well, we'll see if we see it. Grixis Control potentially with that Narset Parter of Veils. I think that's what it is. It's not exactly the thing I thought it was. Soul Transfer, huh? Choose one if you control an artifact and an enchantment as you cast this spell. You may choose both. Exile a creature or return a creature, planeswalker, graveyard to hand. Not too worried about that. Thunderherd Migration, though, of course it could be Karn Silex, which might be nice, but want to get ahead in the land department. Definitely it will be at, well, in range of Regis or Alpha next turn. We'll get Etali, I think. We have the mana right here, which is pretty good. I don't know about that. I still think Thunderherd Migration, it's always guaranteed to be a land. You could play the second land on turn 2, but then you play Invasion of Ixalan, and you don't get a third land. You can grab a third land, but you don't get to put it onto the battlefield. You don't actually get ahead, unfortunately. Yeah, reveal Ghalta, might as well. We're certainly getting a little bit flooded at this point. But Thunderherd Migration, since it actually puts the land on the battlefield, could be good. Of course, if you don't have a land to play that turn, and you weren't going to play a land, Invasion of Ixalan would grab it so that you can play it. So it depends. If you have a bunch of lands, it's good. You're playing multiple a turn, multiple getting onto the battlefields. Yeah. Depends on the situation, I think. Hopefully we get, well, something that isn't a land. Again, with 22, you would hope you don't get flooded. There's a very slim chance. I think it's about 5%. 5% if I remember correctly. Maybe less than that, actually. Yeah. Pop Karn Silex next turn. Take out a few things. Still be left with Huntmaster. They're probably waiting to do stuff, or they just have a bunch of removal and counter spells. They are dipping into blue with Grixis here, so they have a lot more painful things. We got to get something at some point. We're past a quarter of the way through the deck. Have not seen Tranix Rex or Etali. 8 things that I would absolutely love to see. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. They haven't done a whole lot. Of course, this is just sort of Grixis Control. They don't really have any bodies yet, still. Ashiok Nightmare's Muse, though, or Nightmare Muse is going to be rough. Making tokens here. A 2-3 every turn. Hopefully getting that Tranix Rex next turn. Yeah. Ripjaw Raptor. Not nothing. I do imagine we're going to lose it, though. Yeah, Etali or Tranix Rex the previous turn there. That would have really been quite fantastic. I still like Ripjaw, though, with Karn Silex, like I was saying. Attack with Ripjaw, you do some damage or you draw a card, and then you pop the Silex, and well, I guess I'll exile Etali. I imagine they have more discarding or stuff. Maybe. Oh, they exiled a Tranix Rex off the top. My goodness. That would have been sweet. We still have 3 coming up, though, so you know, that's a pretty good chance to draw another land. Yeah, nuts. They got lucky. They dodged a big bullet there. Etali. Let's see it. I did actually win against a Dimir Control player. I'm pretty sure it was. They kept milling stuff, and then I top decked a Tranix Rex to finish him off, or it might have been Shifting Ceratops. Either way, I top decked the thing I needed, and oh, it was a beautiful sight. All because they milled a bunch. It's just how it went. Of course, Invasion of Ixalan late game when we have so much mana. I mean, that is a pretty sweet thing to do. Hopefully they don't counter it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Tranix Rex or Etali is possible. Still none of that. Yeah, Regis or Alpha. Might as well grab the biggest and best thing and hope it survives. Crazy. I can pressure this Invasion of Ixalan. We won't flip it. That token for sure is going to block, but we take out one of their things potentially. Or they just use that Fatal Push they've been hanging on to. Alright. Let's see another T-Rex. T-Rex are shifting especially because of the protection from blue. We fly right past those tokens. We could flip Invasion, which would be pretty nice. Oh, 2 lands, good. Oh, they got it at Etali. Okay, so we're down 1 Tranix Rex, 1 Etali. That's pretty good. And that will be a loss. Bunch of lands and then a thing that gets lands. So certainly if that was, you know, an Invasion of Ixalan instead of Thunderherd Migration, we could have likely, you know, been able to grab something nice. Yeah. Maybe I try out Invasion of Ixalan instead of Thunderherd Migration. Possibly. That'd be interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm up for just about anything. However, Grixis. The Scarab God. wants to exile creatures from a graveyard, creating a token that's a copy of it. I don't like that. Not one bit. To do a little bit with graveyard stuff, so might as well be Lantern of the Lost, I would imagine. Ripjaw Raptor not doing a whole lot for us. They don't have a whole lot of early creatures, and that might just die to some removal. Not a whole lot of enchantments. Carnage Torrent, I like it. One Clothis. And I still like Karn Silex, I must say. That could be the thing that, well, just destroys lots of their planeswalkers that they have. Ashiok, Narset, Nicol Bolas, definitely. Maybe a few variations of him as in the mix. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case, being Grixis. Oh, okay. Well, it's certainly a lot better than that first hand. This is... maybe I'm going to send Carnage Torrent to the bottom. I think there's a pretty good chance we could get to Tyrannix Rex. And I do love that haste, of course. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Thunderherd Migration, that's a fantastic thing. You were saying, you know, Invasion of Ixalan, a good replacement for Thunderherd Migration. But in this instance, if you only had Invasion, it wouldn't be as good as Thunderherd. We wouldn't be getting 2 lands down this turn instead of just grabbing it. Very fantastic. It could be ramp, less stable ramp, some creature for 2 or an artifact, whatever it is. But that's a basic land. You can't Fatal Push it, you can't exile it, you can't destroy it. Well, you can destroy it, but we would get a basic land as a replacement. I'm going for another invasion, grabbing the 5th land at least, possibly. Castle Garenbrig. Ooh. Yeah. Play it safe. Keep the lands going. Hope they don't have a Fatal Push, but we still get shifting next turn. If they don't take out Marauding, they're being hit by Tyrannix Rex. Probably going to hit them right into the face. Oh, this, that, yeah. Smoked. Done. Not coming back from that. You know what? I'm going to take the chance. I don't get to flip Invasion of Ixalan all that often. I don't play with it too often, but hey, that's pretty sweet. We got a lovely 4/3. Beautiful. All right. Shifting next turn. That thing's going to be indestructible, which is pretty fantastic. Of course, it could have been better to just hit them right in the face. They could have a sweeper here, Extinction Event, or something very nasty. I just wanted to flip it. I couldn't resist. What are they going to grab? We got lots of lovely things. Hopefully it's lots of costly stuff that they're going to have to wait a while to cast. Oh, we lost an Etali. Nuts. Can't take out Tyrannix Rex. Well, we'll get there eventually. Karn Silex, and well, they're still just dead. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That's how you do it. Hasty, beautiful, smoked. Boom. Love it. But definitely Invasion of Ixalan or Commune with Dinosaurs, which maybe in some cases is better than Invasion of Ixalan. Either of those things. You're looking at the top 5. You can reveal a permanent. This is better than Commune with Dinosaurs, but it does cost twice as much, but still. You can grab any permanent, Planeswalker, whatever, but if most of your permanents, or the majority, are lands and dinos, you might be better served going with Commune with Dinosaurs for a single green, having a fantastic turn 1 play. And of course, commune with dinosaurs, I mean, well, that's... it might not be right for everybody, especially if you're mixing in a bunch of non-dino things, lots of non-hits. I've only whiffed with commune once that I can remember in like 4 years. It's pretty hard to do that. For 3 years, it was commune all the time, no questions asked. Well, I just decided to try without it, and it still feels quite good. But of course, it could be the missing link that maybe is holding me back a little bit. Shelter ticket, hey. Again, speaking of turn 1 plays, if I don't have any, it's always nice to get a tap land. Do they have a counter spell? I'm gonna hope that's, excuse me, not the case. Cross your fingers. Change the equation. Oh, phew, phew. 100%. Marauding Raptor was... It was gonna go down to something, I think. And there was nothing else cheap in my hand that Marauding would have accelerated out on the following turn. But 2 Maraudings. Very good. I imagine there's a good chance at least one is sticking around next turn. If both are, that does mean Tyrannix Rex for 5 after I play the 5th land. But I think we could at least get Carnage Tyrant. Ooh, yeah, never mind. Castle Garenbrig would get us to 6 green for Carnage, which is... that would be nice. Hashtag pre-recorded. Oh, there you go. The first pre-recorded moment of the night. I'm so good at dinos, I just name the card and I draw it. Oh. Beautiful stuff. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it. Yeah, Carnage this turn, Tyrannix Rex next turn, and that's gonna wreck some. Boom. There it is. Hey, if you're wondering about playing the big costly stuff, have that thing in. It saves you. You can't counter land, you probably can't target it, do anything. Of course, I'm taking a ping, playing this thing, and they would take everything, but they would kill us next turn. We can't quite kill them. Now the question becomes Tyrannix Rex or Carnage Tyrant. One of those things is going to attack. Tyrannix Rex. Shieldred probably is going to block it. Would have dealt 15 damage. They would have gone down to 3, gaining 5. But then Bone Crusher and Shieldred would have finished both of them off. Or would have finished us off. 8 damage there, plus the card draw from Shieldred when we draw a card coming up. Carnage Tyrant is a little bit more durable, I think. A better chance to stick around. Of course, it could be another extinction event. They would name even. And that would be painful. But now I think that's got to do it. Hopefully. Just Bone Crusher blocking does not get the job done. Shieldred also has to block. $15. Yeah. Shieldred has to block. That's alright. That's alright. We take out a bunch of bodies. We're still left with Tyrannix Rex. We're going to get the job done. Maybe. Oh, they got something up their sleeve, I think. Oh, you still can't target T-Rex. That's got to do it. They might have something that gains a bit of life, potentially. They're sad they can't target T-Rex, I think. Okay, good, good. I'll leave that stomping ground in hand, just in case they want to thought seize, take out maybe a big scary dino that I still have. But that is, that's not a dino. I have enough lands at this point to play whatever. I think that'll be alright. Castle Gearbrig doesn't do a whole lot. Of course, there is 3 other copies, and well, we're still up the same amount of lands. And again, with that stomping ground, you know, we're at 7. I can play Etali Primal Conqueror. That's the main thing. No extinction event. You can do it. They would have to have some sort of removal for 1. Then they can pay the ward 4 cost. Don't see that happening, though. You can definitely see and appreciate, at least, mixing in Carnage Tyrant and T-Rex. If I was just using Carnage Tyrant as the only big scary thing, maybe 3 copies, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did here. Hopefully no Shieldred's Edict. Ooh, this could be bad. Oh, they don't. Ah, we got them. Boom. Lights out. Oh. And that's a good example of how using both of those dinos can help in, you know, a situation like that. Oh, love it. Yeah. Phone's still at 5%. The battery is lasting longer than I expected. Yeah, we haven't seen Etali pop off too much, but I think it's coming up. I can feel it. Oh. I should have felt the pain of that hand. My goodness. We're getting rid of that. We're keeping that, yes. Yeah, I would like to keep Etali. Of course, there is 4 copies, so there's a very good chance to still see it eventually. Mono red, Obosh. Oh gosh, it's Obosh. We're probably done for. Of course, it is nice to start off with Ripjaw Raptor if we can eventually get there. I hope. Yeah, rough. Current Silex could be pretty devastating, I must say. Otepic Huntmaster is all but surely dead. Invasion of Ixalan, at the very least, gets us that 3rd land next turn, and hopefully it's fast enough. At least I didn't play 2 Monastery Swift Spears, maybe followed by Play with Fire, and we might have a chance here. Yikes. Karn Silex next turn. Oh, Castle Gearbrig. Very good. Yeah, get Karn Silex again. That Huntmaster is going down. Ripjaw next turn, or just pop Karns and we'll be off to the races. Hopefully they don't have any artifact destruction. They wouldn't play any other creatures if those creatures don't have haste. Do as much damage with that Swiss Spear. Oh, and to stomp. Nuts. Okay, we're down to 2. Chandra Dress to Kill would finish us off, sadly. Yeah. That's how it goes. Good game, yes. Mono Red doing its Mono Red stuff. However, Brotherhood's End instead of Karn Silex. Pretty straightforward, I must say. Don't have to ask any questions or think about that too much. Certainly keeping in Ripjaw. Clothis? Oh yeah, let's do the Clothis. Two Huntmasters. course, Huntmaster dies to Brotherhood's End. Sometimes I've trimmed them completely, but there's just so much. Definitely so much that at least does 2 damage. Gotta free up space for the Clothuses somewhere. Hey, and I still see it, so there you go. Beautiful. 2 sources of red, of course, for that Brotherhood's End is very nice to see. And Etali, the boot. Well, hopefully we get there. Of course, a much lower curve is and would have been nice. Let's see that rip jump. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. But still not terrible. They haven't played creatures. They haven't done a whole lot of damage to us. And they wasted the counter that could have gotten on a creature that turn with the second lore counter there. That's alright. Light up the stage. Also good. Something for 4. Oof, that's not something for 4. Alright, Brotherhood's End next turn. Take out Bone Crusher Giant, maybe. Furnace Punisher, I don't like that. Regis or Alpha is something. Will it be enough of something? That's the question. Hold that token back. Hopefully we can stall him out at least a little bit here. Take out this Furnace Punisher. Of course we lose the token, but that's not the end of the world. Ooh, okay. Tranix Rex, of course, is nice. Is it enough to save us next turn? I think potentially. And then Etali the turn after that. I could take out Chandra Dress to kill. Do I want to do that? No. 2 big scary bodies that would block and kill the creatures that they have. But we'll see. We definitely could still be dead. Oh, I think so. Oh, not quite. Interesting. This is good. This is pretty good. Oh boy. Oh, here's the showstopper. Let's see. Let's get some good stuff. Cross your fingers. Big, bad, nasty. Yeah. It's not the nicest stuff in the world, but do we die next turn? They got Obosh, which would kill us. Sadly, we can't kill them. No. Yeah, well, that's alright. Definitely missing that Brotherhood's End, but still, nice to play Etali Primal Conqueror, I must say, once again. Keep it up. Let's see it next match. I think it's a her. I think all the Primal Elder Dinos are females. Maybe all or most of the dinos are. Kind of like Jurassic Park, I believe. Something else black related. The third facing of Rakdos Midrange, perhaps. Eventually. Oh man, that looks beautiful. Especially if it's something painful. Oh, Boros Convoke. Okay, hopefully they don't do their thing too fast. But Karn Silex could bring the pain. to this. Gleeful Demolition coming in strong. Locked. Oh, never played against this deck before. Tapping all 5 for the thing. The Loxodon, the elephant. Huh. Okay. We can take out most of their stuff. Still might be a little bit too slow, unfortunately. We'll go with Thunderherd Migration. Try to do a thing. But we're basically dead next turn with all their damage, sadly. That's gotta do it. Been quite a while since I faced Boros Convoke. I was starting off with, well, not starting off with Flame Sweep, but having it in the sideboard. 2 in a red, 2 damage, instant speed to each creature would basically have decimated everything they were trying to do. That's kind of like an instant win against this deck. Yeah, no, we're not. Well, you just lose to that deck, absolutely, sadly. Brotherhood's End, well, maybe we can make something happen with that. Take out a lot of their stuff. That could be the deciding factor for sure. Again, Karn Silex would take out a lot, but if that takes out most of their creatures, that might also be nice as well. Yeah. I think people got Boros Convoke and anything like it out of their system. It is still fantastic, as we just witnessed. Maybe I drank too much coffee. My mouth is dry. 3 Maraudings in a land to no lands and 3 Tyrannix Rexes. You just never know. Hey, well, gotta keep it at some point here. Just good old bad luck. Oh, okay. Good old good luck. Phew. All right. Dear Gleeful Demolition. Clarion Spirit. I imagine I pretty much have to go Brotherhood's End. I could be greedy. I'm gonna risk it. Okay, well, not so bad. Maybe it'll work out. They don't have it. Oh, they don't have the thing. Good. So we get a little bit extra value. They still might have Gleeful Demolition, but if they did, they would have used it the previous turn. Hopefully we get lands. Yikes. Or another Brotherhood's End. Anyway. Might help. This Jane Gasso, that's pretty good. Phew, we got something. It's not nothing. Alright. Do I like shifting to maybe trade with Jengatha? Potentially. Ripjaw. Get that card drop. They'll be dropping something big next turn, though, I think. Pretty good, pretty good. Regis or Alpha, though. Okay, we're getting something. We're doing something. Might as well attack with Ripjaw there. Of course, the Loxodon is not going to block it. Take him down a wee bit and just keep chipping away. Galta, of course, would be nice to maybe almost finish them off, but they're going to do something painful here. Okay, not too bad. They can't defeat that battle this turn, but next turn I think they definitely will. Definitely excited to use Chandra Torch of Defiance. Again, no idea what I'll cut yet. But still, just get to Etali a little bit sooner, remove something big in the process, and still ramp on later turns. Shifting would have been... Well, no, we still get to go shifting. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We still might get a tally next turn if I draw that 7th land. Ooh. That'd be pretty cool. Well, that's not so cool, but still, they won't be flipping that thing. Good. Brotherhood's End would be kind of devastating. Decently. Oh, got it. Phew. Alright, let's get some good stuff. Go time. It's going to be probably something little from them. And oh, we've got Tyrannix Rex and Knight Errant of Eos. Cool. Cool stuff. That's okay, we got a body. Can we kill him? Do they have to block with enough stuff? Can't give Shifting Ceratops. Yeah, maximum aggression, go for it. It might just be dead or dead-ish next turn. They got a lot of bodies, sadly. One. Oof, that was good. And a draw card, which is pretty sweet. Maybe it's another Etali. At the very least, I would get to... Well, I get another Tyrannix Rex next turn, so I do have to... they do kill us this turn. What am I thinking? Yeah. That tends to do the trick. Would have killed us that turn anyways if I just waited. Worth a shot. It's alright. Okay. Is it going to finally be Azorius Control? Of course, Karn Silex not that great. Does take out the Planeswalkers though, potentially. Wandering Emperor, some of their little tokens, and I might not have to name a whole lot if I just want to take out the tokens. I can tap Karn Silex for 0 and take out all the sharks and the samurais, whatever else they might have. Ugh, yeah, that's not great. Not great at all. Ugh. Also, about just as bad. Nuts. Hey, we got to something. Took 2 mulligans, sadly. Seems like it might be Azorius Control too. We're facing off against the Urza Avatar. Definitely something white related. Hey, at least they don't have a counterspell. Possibly mono white humans. At least they didn't have a human for 1. Oh, angels. Selesnya midrange. Something. the very least, I think Marauding Raptor will allow for Register Alpha next turn. They could have a little bit of interaction, temporary exile, portable hole, something like that. Celestial, a basic Selesnya Lifegain deck, it seems. Huh. Well, that's something. Keep up the aggression with both these things. Trading with the Celestial Unicorn would be good. That's what I want to do. Whenever they gain life, to put a counter on it. Never seen that thing used yet. Before. Kind of unfortunate I don't have Rampaging Frostodon, Giant Syndrome to stop the life gain, but you can't stop everything. Ugh, we got to get a big heavy hitter next turn. Tranix Rex could happen. Of course, reduced to 6. I can make 6 green with Castle Gainbreak. Oh, yeah, that's... I must say, it is painful to lose to a basic beginner life gain deck, but hey, anyone can lose to anything, and anyone can just get flooded, sadly. There's the T-Rex that... unfortunate those 2 cards weren't flipped. Probably over at this point, although Tranix Rex will finish them off if we can get to 10 poison counters. Maybe they attack with something big. Tranix Rex sneaks through at some point. Karn Silex would sweep all their stuff, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. Hopefully that happens. Cross your fingers it happens. That will save us, so let's, stay positive. If they're not attacking, hey, that's alright. We'll get to the Silex eventually. Of course, none of their creatures have tramples, so it's not the end of the world. I do have some nice jump blockers. And that stuff gets big. It would be pretty cool to win with Karn Silex, though, I must say. We'd only have to name 3. So we would lose Marauding and the token, but still be kept with Regisaur Alpha. Ooh, okay. Another one. That's alright. We have an out. That is the pretty cool thing. We know for sure there is an out. So we literally just sit back, relax, and... well, hope for the best. Doesn't matter how much life they have. If we sweep them, Tranix Rex only has to hit 3 times. Or maybe at that point, I have a couple T-Rexes. Whatever. Where's that Silex? Let's go. There's 4 of them. We're getting close to a quarter of the way through. There's a good chance it's in the next few cards coming up. Well, like I was saying. Let's do it. Oh boy. It's going to happen. It's taken a long time. But, yeah. Doesn't matter how much their life grows. They could be at 100 and they get 10 poison counters and they die. We have lots of bodies. And with the other Regisaur Alpha next turn, I think we'll have a lot of jump blockers. We'll still buy ourselves a lot of time, but they still might not want to attack. Leave themselves fairly open to 2 hits from Tranix Rex, potentially. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, the first unicorn testing the waters. Regisaur Alpha next turn might just finish him off, actually. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. What are they doing? They got something up their sleeve. They're looking at stuff. They're wondering. Wondering if they're dead and they made a mistake. That's not Etali, that's not Karn Silex, but still. A bunch more bodies. It's definitely not enough to get the job done. We'd certainly be killed the following turn if we don't do it with this. Now the question becomes, attack with both T-Rexes. That 1/6/5 Celestial Unicorn would at least probably block with 2 other things. Well, let's see. Do I like that? I kind of like that. Okay, that's well, it's a little unfortunate. At least I still take it out. That's not nothing. One pretty big thing down. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Pretty unfortunate, but hey. We still got lots of jump blockers. Karn Silex next turn. Oh, that would do it. That would not do it. Yeah. That is... Can't do anything different. I'm a quarter of the way through, and I didn't see one of those. Yeah. Not going to bother with Brotherhood's End. It could take out a few things. I mean, it only would have taken out Prosperous Innkeeper. That could have been nice because it does stop some of their life gain whenever a creature enters the battlefield, but if Brotherhood's End only takes out that, I don't like it. Karn Silex definitely is the key for me right now. Certainly not a matchup I ever would have expected. Angels, of course, maybe. I'm keeping that. Yep. Beautiful stuff. At least starting off with the thing I was hoping for. More lands, very good. Getting to Regis or Alpha eventually. Just play Karn Silex next turn and hope for the best. Maybe see another one. If I do see another one, I can pop the first one pretty aggressively, perhaps. Yeah, at least Thunderherd Migration. It gets us to 6 next turn. Regis or Alpha. Very nice. Imagine if they play a bunch of stuff this turn. The Celestial Unicorn. I might need to pop it coming up. I don't want to be hit for potential 6, probably 6 next turn. Though I do like Tyrannix Rex, I must say. Now, you know what? Let's go with T-Rex. I don't think they'll kill us next turn, so I'll take the chance to hit them once with this. They don't have enough combined power to take it out. Pop Karn Silex next turn, and we should be in a pretty good position. Hopefully they don't have Skyclave Apparition to exile the Silex. Anything they play this turn will die. They'll gain a bit of life, but yeah. That's not bad. Use that stuff up. Hmm. Three, 4. Okay, I was thinking if I could play something else, but no, it's got to be this for 3, and hopefully they don't have something that gives stuff indestructible. That could be coming up here, though. Cross my fingers it doesn't. Maybe some 1 or 2 of that saves the thing. Maybe they didn't even read Karn Silex and they're just like, oh, nuts, I don't like that. Gotta do something. Yeah, gain some life, make it big, it still dies. Eventually. One day. Putting me to sleep, my goodness. Fortunately, I've drank coffee. Oh, okay. There it is. Love it. If they don't have enough total toughness to completely block Tranix Rex next turn, we get more than 10 poison counters. And Etali too. I just gotta play it. We gotta see what we get, even though we kill him. That's all right. Another Etali. Oh, I like this. Well, it was fun. It was pretty cool. I was hoping to get an Etali with an Etali at least once tonight. Yeah, keep it like that. Get the Karn Silex, pop it. Get something big that survives, because it is so much past whatever we name for X. It did the trick. And it would help against Selesnya Angels, whatever. Doesn't matter how big they are, how much life they have. Tranix Rex, finish them off. They don't have anything after we pop it, and I'm going to keep that. Okay, definitely looking very good. Especially with that Karplusan Forest. And Castle Garenberg. Oh, this is looking like we might get a tally once again. Hopefully they haven't done too much painful stuff. Carnage Town next turn would be good. Actually, no, I didn't bring in Carnage Town. I'll keep that Marauding Raptor. Oh, no, don't attack. Don't attack. That was close. Oh, my goodness. Maybe they do have removal for Marauding. Yeah, they got nothing. Oh, a third Etali, my goodness. If we get a 5th land next turn, it's on. Oh boy, oh boy. Lurking Roper doesn't untap during their untap step. When they gain life, they can untap it. So they can do a fair bit of shenanigans with that. 5th land. 5th land. Cross your fingers. Cross your claws. It's coming up. Let's do it. 5th land. It's technically the 5th land. We get there. We get there. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Let's do it. Hope they don't do something shenanigan-wise. Taking out one or both. Definitely not blocking. I imagine they'll untap it with something that gains life. Whatever it is. But it's not something that gains life. Oh, oh boy. Oh my goodness. Gotta be Etali. Boom. There you go. Yeah, fortifying draft. Okay, that's pretty good. I can get behind that. Yeah. I like that. That was cool. Couldn't quite flip a tally next turn. We need a little bit more in lands. Can make 6 green. Need at least 3 more after that. Oh boy. Oh, exciting. This is definitely a fantastic nightcap, I must say, even though it is a little bit wacky of a matchup. Hopefully it doesn't get too painful this turn. They got lots of mana, it seems. Okay, that's not bad. You meet in a tavern to discuss how you got bashed with dinos. Would be nice to flip a tally at some point, though. Definitely upping the ramp a touch. Yeah. That would do it. Okay, lots of options here. Big time. Another one? I think another one. Or just Tyrannix Rex for 5. Actually, what am I thinking? Make 6. Still left with 2. Galta. Maximum aggression, maximum damage. Boom. Get her done. Have some fun. Smoke them. I was so tempted to play the second copy, but that right there is good. Bunch of stuff has to block. We're going to bring them down. Would have been pretty painful if I lost to this, but yeah. Anyone can beat anyone. You could beat a world champion, and you could have just started out the game. That world champion might be stumbling, might get mana screwed. They say there's roughly a 20-30% chance that you could beat any other opponent. Doesn't matter who it is. Huntmaster coming in clutch. Lord Judgment. You can't do that with Llanowar Elves now, can ya? Well, we took out basically everything they had. That's okay by me. I don't think they'll have a sweeper, but yeah, well, good old Huntmaster. Good old Galta, which one copy does feel pretty rough. I missed that thing. The Queen. Again, oftentimes I've used at least 2, just because she is so impactful. They still die off the bee's knees. Absolutely. Love it. All-Star, the finish, and a Karn Silex to boot, and Devouring Tendrils. Oh, and there you go. Boom. Gain some life. Fantastic. Good game. Whew. There you go. Mama G, yes, and exactly. Oh, that doesn't get better than a nightcap because I'm finishing exactly 2 hours from when I started. Midnight for me, my time. Of course, some of you guys watching around the world, it is different. Hey, you never know what you're going to see here. Of course, it can be painful. No fear, no hiding, no limits. Yeah, I could I could see 1 maybe being the sweet spot. I love to see her a touch more than 1. 3, 4. I've been a crazy person and I've done 4 copies of Gulta. It still worked out pretty good, but yes, have a good night, Lord Judgment, Pterosaurus, Victor, Matthias, anybody else watching right now later on. Hopefully you got some good sleep and you enjoyed the wide range of matches. At least, well, a bunch of Rakdos Midrange. That's to be expected, potentially. Right, have a good rest of your time zone, whenever it is, wherever it is. Peace. See you later.